How long will you wait till you demand the best of yourself? Are you living your days like a Stoic or like an emotional roller coaster, going wherever your feelings take you? As a soldier needs rules to follow during the chaos of the battle, you too need laws to guide your actions and decisions. Life is like a battlefield, the Stoics believed, the perfect battlefield to make us stronger and more resilient. Your choices are what make or break your happiness, destroy or create your legacy, and shape or define your destiny. Today, I want to present to you the 25 most life-changing laws every Stoic should learn and live by. These are the laws Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca left behind for us. And it's now our turn to follow their example and make them proud. Bonus tip. These laws are written in order of increasing importance. In my opinion, laws 17, 22, and 25 are the most transformative ones. So pay attention. Ready? Let's begin. Law number 1. Is this essential? Most of what we do and say is not essential. Marcus Aurelius says that removing the inessential habit has an added benefit. We focus all of our energy on the task we can actually do something about. Ask yourself in every minute, is this essential? If not, why are you doing it? If it is, follow Marcus Aurelius's advice. Focus on the task in front of you like a Roman, like it's the last thing you will ever do. Law number 2. Control your impulses or they'll control you. Aren't you tired of getting carried away like a puppet? Every day of your life is full of soaring highs or crushing lows. Your days are either amazing or awful. Aren't you exhausted? Ask yourself, who is in control here? My reasoned choice or my animal feelings? God gave you reason for a reason, said Epictetus. Use it. Law number 3. Focus on what you can control or risk ruin. The main reason people are sad, Epictetus said, is because they cannot understand which things are within their power and which are beyond it. Your choices, intentions, desires, and aversions are under your control, but your property, money, family, and body are outside of it. So whenever something unexpected happens to you, ask yourself, is this under my control? If it is, do your best and accept the end result with equanimity. If it is not under your control, forget about it immediately, precisely because there is nothing you can do about it. Law number 4. Value time and die trying. Seneca describes an encounter in his book, The Shortness of Life, with a middle-aged man. What are you doing this afternoon? Seneca asks him. I have no idea, the man responded. I'll meet someone. I'll do something. Is this how much he values his life? Seneca wondered. Do you live life the same way? Your life will be over sooner than you think. Don't be the person who wishes they had done more when the departure time comes. Every minute that passes by is dead time. You can't buy it back, so use it wisely. Law number 5. Enough is enough. Enough is never enough for the person to whom enough is too little, said Epicurus. The Stoics did not avoid wealth altogether. They were just suspicious of it. They knew what attachment to externals could do, and the greediness caused by wanting more and more. You ask, what is the proper limit to wealth? Seneca writes. First, to have what's necessary, and then to have what is enough. Law number 6. You don't have to have an opinion about everything. You have the power to not have an opinion about what happened, wrote Marcus Aurelius. Practice the ability to have absolutely no thoughts about external events, as if they didn't happen. Is it raining? You don't care. Did you get a flat tire? Just go and change it. Did you get injured? That's your opportunity to practice virtue. If a madman insults you but you stare at him unfazed, did it even happen? Law number 7. Own your mornings, elevate your life. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm? Marcus Aurelius said it all. If you are enjoying this video as much as I enjoyed making it, let me know by leaving a like down below. I appreciate your support. Law number 8. Turn the obstacle upside down. For the Stoics, there is no such thing as problems, only opportunities to improve. I'm sure you've come across this quote from Marcus Aurelius. The obstacle in the way becomes the way. But what does this even mean? Well, if you think you deserve a pay raise, the only way to get it is through a chat with your boss, despite how you feel about it. If you are too bored to work out, the only way to go through it is to actually get your ass in the gym. Avoiding problems has the opposite effect. It creates more. No Stoic chooses that route, the coward's route. Law number 9. Kill anger and become a beast of self-control. Anger is the ever-present enemy of the Stoics. "It isn't manly to be enraged," said Marcus Aurelius, the man who never lost his temper, even when his wife Faustina cheated on him with his best friend, Avidius Cassius. If self-control is a manly trait, then anger, which is losing your self-control, is unmanly. Instead, choose inner strength, and no one will ever make you angry without your permission. They will feel like they are trying to move a mountain, but they won't know that the person in front of them is a Stoic. Law number 10. There is not enough time. Hurry up. Some 2,000 years ago, Seneca wrote a book where he claimed something both weird and revolutionary. "It's not that life is short," he said, "but that we waste most of it. If we do it right, one life is enough." Seneca argues that we have truly lived only a short time because our lives were filled with business and stress. How do we regain our time back? It is by studying philosophy, working towards meaningful goals, and not putting off the enjoyment of life. Law number 11. Don't suffer imagined troubles. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. These words by Seneca gave me chills the first time I read them. He is so right. We borrow future suffering, but I have a cure for you. Whenever you find yourself worrying about a future event that's completely not up to you, say to yourself, "We can worry as much as you want, but let's first wait for it to actually happen. Otherwise, all this suffering will be for nothing." He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than it's necessary. Seneca. Law number 12. Always say less than necessary. Law number 13. Don't fear asking for help. Asking for help, according to the Stoics, is the opposite of giving up. And what if you are a wounded soldier asking for your comrade's arm so you can throw yourself back in the battle? Marcus Aurelius asks. Well, you are that soldier, so use all the help you can. Law number 14. Always stay a student. Only those who find time for philosophy are truly alive, Seneca said. The person who puts the final touches on their lives is never out of time. So what should we do? Assume you know nothing, like Socrates did. Learn one new thing every day and go home wiser, or on your way to becoming wiser, Seneca wrote. Education, if done right, never ends. Tattoo the words of Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, in your mind. Well-being is realized through small steps, but it is truly no small thing. Law number 15. Learn to forgive and join the gods. Do you want to know the best revenge? The Stoic revenge? It is to not be like the one who caused you the injury, Marcus Aurelius tells us. Forgiving, if you think about it, is actually a selfish act. You are getting rid of all negative emotions and decide to perform a good deed. As the saying goes, to err is human, to forgive divine. So who would you rather be? The one who blames and spends time taking revenge? Or the one who is unshakable and can forgive even his worst enemies? Law number 16. Live in the present moment. The past is gone, forever. No amount of wishing will bring it back, and no amount of regrets and cursing will undo the things you've done. The future is uncertain and may not come at all. All you have is the present, but despite that, you still choose to waste it. Why are you doing this to yourself? Is this how much your life is worth to you? Man lives only in this present moment, Marcus Aurelius said, in this fleeting instant. The rest is past and gone, or future and unrevealed. So why worry? You cannot lose the past, as it will be forever in your memories, nor the future, because how can you lose something you don't even have? Law number 17. Choose your friends wisely and create a group of heroes. Surround yourself only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best, said Epictetus. You are the average of the 5 people closest to you, physically, financially, and mentally. If your friends are keeping you behind in life and urge you to indulge in self-destructive habits, saying, "Come on, it's not a big deal," then you might want to reconsider those friendships. Wise people will help you grow, Socrates said, but the fools will make you a fool as well. For more Stoic advice on modern relationships, subscribe to our newsletter in the description below. Only 8 laws are left, but of course, I left the best ones for the end. These final 8 laws are the true essence of Stoicism, and not what you usually hear. Pay attention and be brutally honest with yourself. Who knows? You might find out that you have to change some things in your life after watching this. Law number 18. Blame your opinions, not the event. Epictetus was born a slave. He never met his real family, and he never learned his real name. His master broke his leg when he was young, but Epictetus didn't give a fuck. He was a living warrior, practicing philosophy not by words, but by deeds. He had all the right to complain, but never did so. He was constantly reminding his students that it's not events that disturb us, but our opinions about those events. Epictetus suffered but blamed no one, and we complain because the food was not hot enough, because she didn't respond within an hour, or because our favorite team lost the game. Shame on us, brother. We cannot go far ahead in life if we keep having the same mental attitude. Law number 19, Amor Fati. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't seek for things to happen as you want, but accept them as they happen, and your life will flow well. You can't change external events or the games fortune decides to play with you. So why not love it? Epictetus took it a step further and said, if God wants me sick, then I want that too. If God wants me wealthy, then this is also what I want. If you want to call yourself a Stoic, you must train yourself to find meaning even amidst your misfortune and bear the challenges God sends your way with dignity, self-control and courage. And if everything goes wrong, well, that's just the story of your life. Embrace it. Law number 20, find yourself a Cato. Do you want to learn a way to ethically cheat on life? Find a mentor, someone to measure yourself against, as Seneca said. We don't have unlimited time on this planet, and borrowing other people's minds and wisdom is a great way to make 100 steps forward in no time. When Seneca was dying and his friends were moaning, he interrupted and told them, "Where are your philosophical ideals? I leave behind me something to copy, my way of life." And who knows, if you live your life fully and righteously, you may also become someone else's Cato, a man whose tale a father will one day share with his son. Law number 21, premeditatio malorum, work for the most, expect the worst. The Stoics knew that the world is unpredictable. Rain starts falling the time you've planned your date. Your car breaks down the moment you leave the house for work. Your girlfriend calls you to break up while you were just thinking of her. Thankfully for us, the Stoics found a way to help us prepare for these inevitable events. Do not consider the normal course of events, said Seneca, but what could actually go wrong? The least expected blow is the most painful. Aristotle said that optimists run away when their wishes fail to happen. The wise man considers both outcomes and is prepared for everything, while the fool is too busy getting enthusiastic about an event that may never come. Law number 22, manage your impressions. Whenever you get an impression of some pleasure, Epictetus said, like a tasty cake or a naked woman, be careful. Do not indulge in it immediately. Think both times. First, when you'll have enjoyed the pleasure, and then, when you'll regret it and hate yourself. The Stoics loved pleasure, but only if it meant keeping their self-control and dignity. You can't tell just by looking at a beautiful woman whether she will cause you pain or not. This cake might look tasty now, but it could be another one of your bulimic episodes throwing you back on the treadmill. Keep constant guard over your impressions, Epictetus reminds you. It is not a small thing that you are protecting. Law number 23, don't ask for the third thing. When you've done well and another has benefited by it, why like a fool do you ask for the third thing? Marcus Aurelius asks. For the Stoics, doing the right thing is in itself the reward. Hearing thank you is out of your control, and both you and I know how ungrateful people can be. For a Stoic, virtue is a duty. A Stoic is always willing to help others, even if it costs them. Someone has to do it. If not you, then who? Law number 24, kill your expectations. Hope is generally regarded as good and fear as bad. For a Stoic, however, both are projections into the future about things we don't control. If you take a closer look at it, you'll see that they are different sides of the same coin. If you hope that the trip will be amazing, at the same time, you're afraid that it will be terrible. If you hope that she will like you, at the same time, you fear that she won't find you attractive. So what's the solution? Cease to hope and you'll cease to fear, said Seneca, quoting A Cato of Rhodes. Keep your expectations to the minimum, to only the things you control. Of course, it's human to want the vacation to be nice instead of terrible, and the girl you like to like you back. But you should be equally ready for the opposite to happen. If what you fear actually happens, you won't worry and stay calm. You've been through shit before. I'm sure you can get through it one more time. You are a Stoic after all, a rare breed of human. Law 25, Memento Mori. Death hangs over you. Seneca said that no one is so lucky that God has promised him tomorrow. Here's a simple daily exercise for you to follow. As you go to bed, tell yourself, I have lived my life. In the morning, when and if you wake up, say to yourself, oh, it's a bonus day. The Stoics viewed death as a natural process of life. For a Stoic, death is a duty. Treat each day like the last one, because it could very much be so. Death smiles at us all. All we can do is smile back. Marcus Aurelius. Watching this video is not enough. Feel free to come back and re-watch it more than once when you need to remind yourself why you are doing what you are doing. Remember all laws, but especially 17, 22, and 25. Before you leave, repeat these words of Epictetus every minute of the day in your head. You must live by these rules, as if it would be disrespectful to disobey them. You are not a kid anymore, but a full-ass grown man. If you don't act now, you will die the same way you lived. A common man, a fool. Make at last the decision to live like a friend of the gods, like a complete and virtuous human being. Now is the time to prove to us what you are worth. The Olympic Games have begun. Are you worth the title of a Stoic or not? We need to know. If so, start changing your life today. Tomorrow could be too late.